This is a toy that a lot of people will take for granted. But let me tell you how you shouldn't leave this guy stone cold on store shelves. And that this might just be the coolest deluxe from this wave. Greetings people of YouTube, I'm Screaming Star, and in this video I'll be reviewing the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Infernac Universe MAGNEOUS. If you were to ask me who the hell MAGNEOUS is, I don't know, an original character, blah blah blah. All I know is that he's got something to do with rock lords and humanoids and whatnot. I don't really know what those are. Now, I promise you I had a full packaging segment and all that thingamajig, but I might have deleted it by accident, so sorry. I guess this is the best you'll get. Straight away, I really like this thing right out of the box. Those rock textures look so good already. But I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And let's go into his accessories first. And truthfully, you only get one accessory with this dude. That being this pickaxe. It looks pretty good, but nothing to write home about. Can be plugged into his hands, giving me Minecraft vibes. In other words, a damn nice weapon. Now, if this was a regular figure, I would end it here, but since this guy is an Armorizer, there are some more accessories that I'd like to cover. The forearm guards can be detached, and you can plug them into any 5mm ports, but I say just plug them into the back of his calves. Take off his back, which will leave a slot for weapon storage, always nice. And the back itself can be used as a shield. The instructions actually tell you to peg it into his hands, but that looks very awkward. This way is much better. Overall, a cool assortment of weapons, but does the robot mode look cool as well? Yes, but actually no. Yes. From the start, I've been hearing people praising the rock textures on this thing, and I think I'm gonna just jump straight into the bandwagon. The sculpting on this figure is immaculate and makes him not boring to look at. He really looks like he's built out of rock. The sculpt work is praiseworthy, but the paint job, meh. I don't mind it myself, but I can see how a drizzle of red paint to simulate semi-flowing lava could help a lot in making this guy look more interesting. Plus his belly looks weird. Makes him easy to put on a stand though. Otherwise, I think this figure is an aesthetic win. Looking at you, previous review. Check that out, by the way. One thing about this head sculpt though, it looks great and it kind of reminds me of G1 Nightbird for some reason. I don't know, just wanted to point that out. Arms pop off kind of easily, but that's not a big deal. And the rest of the figure feels fine. What's more than fine though is his articulation. Man, am I surprised by how posable he is. He's definitely got a lot of posability, but I don't think it's as much as, say, this dude right here. So let's go through him. His head is only on a swivel, kind of a bummer. Can kinda use the transformation hinge joint, but nah. Arms rotate 360, move out that far. Unpegging action. Elbow swivel, elbow bend, wrist swivel, and it can move inwards, which can be used really well when you're trying to pose him with the pickaxe. Waist swivel, legs can kick forward that far, back that far. He can do the splits. Thigh rotation, single joint at the knee that bends in a lot. Ankles move forward that far and back just a little bit. And finally, a decent ankle pivot. Might not seem too impressive at first, so why don't we just check out the strike a pose segment and see how posable he truly is. This figure looks great, feels nice. Too bad I don't know what characters I could display him with. Well, maybe the size comparisons will help me out. Here's MAGNEOUS next to Legacy United Windblade, Legacy United Bumblebee. Comparing him to a regular 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Mr. Knight. And finally, the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Axle Grease, which has not stood the test of time. Gotta say, despite a lot of people preferring the Junkions to the Armorizers so far, I actually had a lot more fun with MAGNEOUS as opposed to Axle Grease here. And with the addition of the upcoming Infernac Shard, I'm starting to like these guys more now. But you know what? I think these two weaponizers look great next to each other. Definitely where I'll put him on my display. Now that robot mode was pretty banging. How about that transformation? Check it out! Someone called the Flintstones because I love this Stone Car alt mode. It doesn't quite make sense, but boy is it creative. Extra points go to that windshield. It looks straight out of Mad Max. Doesn't feel the most solid and it rolls mediocre at best, but I'm not going to cry over it. What I should cry about is this pitiful weapon storage. It's not that bad, honestly. The stone textures make it blend together well with the alt mode. which, by the way, you can detach the entire back section to turn this thing into a pickup truck. Lovely. The extra back bits can be rearranged and repurposed into this battering ram? I guess it'll be very effective, huh? And this car mode in general is very effective towards me. I like it a lot. And I'm sure you all would like to see some size comparisons. Here's MAGNEOUS next to Windblade, Bumblebee, Mr. Knight, and finally, Axle Grease. Before I wrap things up, let's not forget that this thing is an Armorizer, which means it can be torn apart to fulfill others' needs. Please don't do that, IRL. But what pieces can be torn apart? Well, you got this roof thingy and the entire back assembly, the 2 back wheels, these 2 armor bits, both of the robot arms, and this pickaxe also has a role to play. As you can see, there are quite a few modular pieces, so you can do many configurations with many different figures. But for the purposes of this video, let's try armorizing this Optimus Prime figure. Armor bits go to his arms. This end of the shoulders would plug into the side of his shins. Plug the front wheel in here. Roof goes to his shoulder. And the leftover pieces can be combined into this big ass hammer, which he can hold, of course. Wowee, this does not make sense, but it is very fun. And of course, you can try armoring other figures. If you are creative enough with it, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And that was my review for the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Infernac Universe MAGNEOUS. This thing was very fun to play with. The interesting design along with the versatility of the damn thing makes it a worthy pickup for me. Get it? Pickup? Rock? This guy has a pickup. Okay, I'll get out. I highly recommend this figure, and before you get out, if you have enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Ba 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 ba.